If you're stressed about your credit score, listen to this. Almost 4 out of every 10 credit active South Africans have a red flag on their report right now. You aren't a failure, you're just part of a massive group that is trying to navigate a tough economy. Okay? And luckily for you, in South Africa, there is no such thing as being blacklisted anymore. So here's what's actually happening. If you have a look at your credit score and it looks a bit burnt, it looks a bit orange, maybe red, so it's not looking like something that you're proud of, don't worry. You probably just had a bad time or a bad period, and it happens to anyone. It just sucks because for you it had a financial impact on your credit score. But the good thing is that it can be fixed. Okay. Fixing your credit score is like cleaning a burnt pot, okay? If you try to do it super quickly in 5 seconds, you're just going to end up hurting yourself and frustrated because that pot is not going to be clean. But if you let it soak in the right solution, you're going to mix up your different detergents and all of that, and you just let it rest. After some time, you can come back and easily scrub this off, okay? Because you have patience now. You're not angry. You've adopted a calm approach. You just want to see it fixed. So today we're looking at how the South African credit system handles your mistakes, how long they actually stay on your record, as well as how to get it back to a clean state. Okay. Before we get into it, I'd love to greet you and welcome you to this channel. My name is Nokuhle. I'm a chartered accountant and personal finance enthusiast. I am not your financial advisor, okay? This video is purely for educational purposes and for information to keep you informed. Should you need help, especially if you have an adverse report, I encourage you to have a look at the NCR website. There are many registered professionals who will be able to help you. All right, let's get into the video. First, let's understand the damage, okay? So what's the difference between a default or a judgment or an adverse listing? Because this matters when it comes to your credit score. Like I said earlier, South Africa no longer has the term blacklisted. It's just a word that people still use to refer to negative listings, basically bad information on your credit report. Okay, there are 3 main types of these listings. The first one is adverse listings. This is the lightest one. It's a note to say you're a slow payer or you sometimes miss a few months. And then we have defaults. This is when a store or bank decides that you aren't going to pay them and they hand over your account to debt collectors. And then lastly, we have judgments. This is the heaviest one. Basically, there is a court order saying you owe money and it stays on your profile for 5 years or until your debt has been paid in full. Okay. Quick note, under the NCA, as soon as you pay off a judgment or a default, the credit provider is legally required to notify the bureaus within 7 days, and the bureau must remove that negative tag from your profile. Now let's move on to how long these mistakes actually last on your credit profile, okay? Just because you missed a payment doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. So credit bureaus are not allowed to keep negative listings on your profile or your report forever. The law has a retention period for everything. So if you've missed a payment, it stays visible for about 1 year. If you have an adverse listing, it stays on your report for 1 year. If you have a default, this stays for 2 years. And if you have judgments, well, this stays for 5 years unless if you pay it off sooner. Why this matters? If you see something on your report, like we had in the first 2 videos where we were talking about what a credit score is and how to get your score, you might have seen something on your report that looks like it's old, but it's still showing a very bad image on your profile. You are allowed to ask them. Actually, you must request. You have a right to dispute it for free. The Bureau is technically required to investigate and they have to remove any outdated information within 20 business days. But you can read up on the NCR for all of these things, especially if you want to, draft up that strong worded email. It will help you. Now, let's move on to prescription. I have seen this coming up a lot. I've seen it in comments. I've seen it on TikTok where people say, do you know if you just stop paying your debt, you can just forget about it? And as someone who is so risk averse, I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you just, stop paying? But it happens. And if you are someone who is in this situation, here's what you need to know. Okay. In South Africa, most consumer debts, so like your store cards or personal loans, prescribe after 3 years. This means that if you haven't acknowledged a debt, made a payment, or been sued for it in 3 continuous years, that debt is technically expired. Under the National Credit Act, it is actually illegal for a collector to try and make you pay for a prescribed debt. Now let's bring it to actual application, because this is the real world and we know that laws are great, but what really happens in reality? So you guys might have seen that sometimes these agents will call you and ask you if you remember about a certain credit, and it might be something that's very old, or they'll say, hey, we know that you're struggling to pay this, but just pay 10 Rand or whatever. Like it's not much, you don't have to pay the whole thing, just 10 Rand is enough. Be careful, okay? They are just trying to make you acknowledge that you know that the debt exists, and basically the moment you acknowledge or the moment you pay, even if it's 10 Rand, that kickstarts the whole 3-year timeline, okay? So it resets it. So you could be 2 years, 9 months into potentially getting it prescribed, and then they could kickstart it. However, if the debt has already prescribed, so if it's already been over 3 years, so let's say they reach out in year 4 and they ask you to pay or they ask you to acknowledge the debt, that is actually illegal. They are not allowed to do that. Often they call you and think you don't know your rights. Sometimes they'll say they just want to update details. You might ask for a little admin fee. It's just to keep your account active. If you get any of these calls, because I know we have so many spam calls, guys, I literally try to not answer my phone anymore. If you get a call of this nature, just say you have no record of this. Please send me the original agreement and a full statement of account, okay? And if it has actually prescribed, if it has been more than 3 years, you can actually tell them, I believe this debt has prescribed under the Prescription Act, blah, blah, blah. Please stop contacting me. Okay, so know your rights. I'm telling you this just in case they are still hounding you. However, please, guys, don't get debt just to be stuck in it and not pay, because, guys, waiting 3 years is a long time. 3 years is a very long time. You could be wanting to buy a house or a car. You can't do that because you're just waiting for this prescription thing to happen. Note, this does not apply to home loans, TV licenses, and municipal rates, basically any government related things. Those take about 30 years to expire. But if it's like a store account, 3 years, it's done. Now, I want to move into some quick frequently asked questions. I know you guys are still going to leave me some in the comments, so please do keep those coming. I'll always do a video later on, but just some of the things that I've been hearing coming up. Firstly, does checking my credit score hurt it? No. When you make the check, when you are doing a soft inquiry, it doesn't have an impact on your credit score. It only has an impact if a financial institution or a lender is doing the check, okay? So basically, you've asked for a loan, they check, that will have an impact on your credit score. One is fine, but if you're doing many, that's when it actually drops the score. Another question is, can I pay someone to clear my name or make my credit score look a certain way? Be very careful. There are so many credit repair scams that I am seeing, especially on TikTok. Legally, no one actually has some magic button that can delete things, okay? What they can do is they can have a look at your thing, they can help you draft up these things, but no one can just make it a certain amount. The only thing you can do is pay your debt and wait for the time for it to actually get off of your report. You should obviously dispute things that aren't really true, like things that don't truly belong to you. But if you know you've done something and you're trying to repair it, you can't just magically fix it. So be careful. And I'm saying this because some of these companies are either trying to take your money, okay, they're just going to pay them for something that doesn't work, or sometimes they're trying to steal your data because you're going to submit your ID, your payslip, your what. They are using all of these things and you don't know what for. Please, guys, be very alert. Cybercrime is at an all-time high, and I just feel like we need so many more lessons and lectures on this. Yeah, but be careful, especially on TikTok. Like, I know so many people cannot find my actual account on TikTok because I have so many people impersonating me. They take videos from here, they put them over there. Even with this one, I don't know what they're gonna put. But anyways, guys, now let's move on to the last thing, which is your clean slate strategy. The fastest way to fix a bad credit score in South Africa. Stats show that South African middle income earners, especially those earning between 15,000 and 30,000 Rand, are often the most debt stressed, spending up to 70 to 75% of their take-home pay just to service debt. Basically, you earn a salary and more than half of it goes to just paying off debts. Remember, the goal isn't to be debt free, it's to be debt smart, okay? So use credit as a tool. And in saying it's a tool, even these stats, yes, 70 to 75% sounds like a lot, but if you are paying towards something that you are utilizing, something that is actually bringing you in money or security or whatever, it's not bad. So we're not trying to reduce the stat, we're just trying to make sure that you understand what you're doing and that if you are like in debt, you're happy about it. I know that sounds weird. Who's ever happy to be in debt? But, you know, for example, like if you bought a house that you really like or you bought a car that you really like and you can afford it, I think that's good debt, okay? I think that's good debt. But that's just my personal opinion, right? Let's continue. From a technical perspective though, the best way to repair a score isn't just to stop using credit, okay? Don't be dramatic. What you need to do is try to replace the bad data with good data. Remember, the system is programmed to prioritize your recent behavior over things that happened years ago. So yes, you might feel bad that, you know, that happened, whatever that was. You are crucifying yourself. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror. Relax. It's okay. It can be fixed. You just need to relax, think carefully, make a plan, and pay, right? And guys, I know how stressful this journey must be. I know how upsetting it must be to open your credit report and see it in the red zone or the orange zone. I know it's probably stopping you from doing certain things that you really want to do, but relax, okay? Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it so it never happens again, and then take it a step from there. You're going to be fine. South Africa is a very forgiving country, okay? We allow you to recreate or rebuild your credit score. What you're sitting on is not going to be forever. You just need to make sure that your recent behavior is really good, okay? Take your time, pay what you need to pay, and just be more informed going into it next time. Okay guys, that's been it, hey? I think we're 3 videos in. We've been talking about credit scores, what they are, how to build them, and how to actually fix it. We've taken a whole journey, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But just remember, it takes time, so don't rush it. If you do have any questions or any other thing that you think I need to cover and maybe, you know, I might consider making another video, please do let me know in the comments. And thank you for coming to the credit series. It is not over. Next up, we're looking at, I won't tell you, just stick around. I hope you've subscribed. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. My name is Nokuhle Chamoto, and you are tuned into Lomaku by Nokuhle. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please tip me with a like, comment, and subscription.
It's so funny when I look at my old video versus this one. I've grown so much. It's only been 5 years, but wow, she was so cute. Also, black hair, Makums, black hair is not for you, okay? When I will be on, this is me speaking to my old self. Okay, bye guys.